in the hamlet of Claremont, a bit of an unusual sight in recent weeks. Residents have reported seeing more than a dozen wild boars roaming the area.
Imagine waking up. The sun is just cresting the horizon. You look out at your livelihood, fields that were green and healthy just hours ago. Now, they look like a war zone. The culprit isn't a storm. It isn't a machine. It is an enemy that is smart, organized, and multiplying faster than we can kill it. For decades, we thought we could hunt them. We thought fences would hold them back. We were wrong. From the frozen prairies of Canada to the tropical wetlands of Brazil, a biological time bomb has gone off. They are the most destructive invasive large mammal on Earth. And just when farmers thought they found a genius solution to stop them, the enemy adapted. To understand the war, you must understand the enemy. We call them wild boars, feral swine, or sus scrofa. But in reality, they are biological bulldozers. Their impact is geological. They don't just eat crops, they churn the earth itself. Scientists now estimate that their constant digging releases millions of tons of trapped carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, accelerating climate change from the forest floor up. In Canada, a new hybrid has emerged, the super pig, a cross between domestic pigs and hardy Eurasian boars imported in the 1980s. They have thick fur for the freezing winter and an intelligence that rivals primates. Conventional warfare failed. Hunting them only made them nocturnal. Trapping one teaches the others to stay away. They learn. They remember. And in Brazil, where the invasion has reached a crisis point, farmers realized they couldn't outsmart the pigs. So they decided to change the battlefield. In southern Brazil, the Java porco had pushed farmers to the brink of bankruptcy. Corn, soy, sugarcane wiped out in a single night. Desperation breeds innovation. One farmer, tired of broken fences, looked to medieval warfare for an answer. He didn't build a wall, he dug a moat. A trench several feet deep and wide, forcing the earth into a steep berm. The physics were simple. A boar could not jump it, and if it fell in, it couldn't climb the vertical wall to the crops. It worked. While neighbors lost everything, the entrenched farms saved their harvests. The concept spread like wildfire. It was a victory for human engineering. But in war, every defense has a cost. The trenches became stagnant pools during the rainy season, breeding clouds of disease-carrying mosquitoes. The soil erosion began to eat away at the land. Then came the accidents. Tractors toppling into the abyss. Emergency vehicles unable to cross onto properties to save lives. The trenches stopped the pigs, yes, but they turned the farms into fortresses that trapped the farmers inside. While Brazil dug in, the United States was facing a different kind of escalation. The problem began centuries ago with Spanish explorers, but in the 1990s, humanity made a fatal error. Hunters and landowners imported massive Eurasian boars for sport. Inevitably, they escaped. When these monsters bred with the existing feral pig population, they created a genetic powerhouse. By 2016, the population had exploded from 2 million to 7 million. They conquered Texas, moved into the wetlands, and are now marching north. They have no natural predators. They reproduce exponentially, and they are evolving. Farmers realize that brute force doesn't work. To defeat a hive mind, you have to trick the hive. Enter the era of whole sounder removal. It begins not with a gun, but with a gift. Sour mash, a fermented cocktail of corn, sugar, and yeast. The farmers wait. They watch via satellite-linked cameras. They let the pigs eat for weeks, building absolute trust. If you spring the trap on 5 pigs, the other 20 will learn, escape, and never return. You must catch them all. This is the Judas method perfected. By conditioning the animals to feel safe, humans are finally using the pig's own intelligence against them. But even as we refine our tactics in the fields, the enemy is opening a new front. In Europe, the war has moved from the forest to the city. In Rome, Berlin, and Barcelona, wild boars are no longer afraid. They scavenge trash in city centers, causing havoc and causing fatal traffic accidents. But the true nightmare isn't physical, it's microscopic. African swine fever, a virus with a near 100% mortality rate for pigs. It doesn't hurt humans, but it kills economies. If a wild boar carries this virus onto a domestic farm, the entire herd must be culled. Italy's $9 billion pork industry hangs by a thread. The boars are now biological vectors, carrying a plague that could shatter global food supply chains. From the trenches of Brazil to the high-tech traps of Texas, we are throwing everything we have at them. Contraceptives, satellite tracking, barriers, and bullets. But nature is resilient. These animals are survivors, adapted to exploit our mistakes. We may win battles, but as long as a single sounder remains in the brush, the war is far from over. What do you think is the answer? Is it better technology, or must we reshape our environment? Let us know in the comments. If you found this investigation intriguing, like and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden wars of the natural world.